folks, and welcome back to the Grumpy Gamer channel. That's it, you guessed it. This is that channel where you get to see this old git talk about modern games. So for today's in-car comments, well, first of all, I've got to say I'm in some crummy car today. Dear oh dear, mine's in for service, so I've got this pile of poo. But anyway, right, so for today's video, first of all, I just wanted to talk quickly about yesterday the monthly games for PS Plus dropped, the ones where you can just add to your library and they're yours forever. So I downloaded two of them. I downloaded Sifu because I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a go on a couple of flat screen games. These have just come out, so let's have a go because I haven't played any of them. So I downloaded Sifu and I downloaded F1 2023. So first of all, then I tried out Sifu. And I've been eyeing up this game since it first came out. I knew I wasn't going to shell out a load of money on it because it's not really my type of game. I used to play fighting games, beat 'em ups years and years ago. I enjoyed Street Fighter 3. Yeah, I've enjoyed some of the Mortal Kombats, etc. But I thought I'd give it a go. I just knew I didn't want to pay for it. I was going to wait for it to come on PS Plus. So it's quite a small install. I think it's only about 9 gigabytes or 14 gigabytes or something like that. It's not very big. So graphically then, it's almost like cell shaded. Let me get my words out. Cell shaded. Oh dear, get my teeth in. Cell shaded graphics. So they're pretty sort of minimal, really. I can understand why they've gone that way. Really, the game is all about the mechanics and the fighting mechanics. It's not so much about the graphics, but so don't expect any sort of to be wowed by any of the graphics. You just won't be. Game mechanics wise, you probably know about Sifu already. Once you die, you get rejuvenated again, but you're older. So the idea is to go through the game, complete the game before you're too old and you drop dead. So literally every time you die, you get a bit older. And the actual fighting mechanics, so I played it for about an hour. And yeah, the fighting mechanics are solid, feels good. There's lots of moves to learn. Yeah, there's not really a lot else I can say about it other than the fact I played it for about an hour and then moved on. So it didn't grab me straight away. I mean, unfortunately, like I've said many times, because I'm so into my VR gaming, a flat screen game has really got to be good to hold my interest because I only get, so much gaming time a week, a day, whatever. It's like, where do I use that time today? I'd still rather be in VR. So anyway, it's an okay game. If you like beat 'em ups, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Like I say, I haven't played it for long. I just thought I'd have a look, see what all the fuss is about, because I know a lot of people say it's a great game. But yeah, so from just what I've played, first impressions, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, I would say. And then F1 23, I loaded that up and, oh dear. I mean, it was just... I only played it with a controller. I didn't play it with my rig purely because my TV is too high up on the wall. I didn't even bother playing it in my headset, with cinematic mode. I just thought I'd play it just to get a feel of it with the controller on the telly. And oh dear. I mean, don't forget, I'm used to playing GT7 in VR. So when you're in the F1 cars in GT7, they're crazy and fantastic. So just fantastic. This thing, like I say, I played it with a controller, so that really sort of lessens the experience anyway. But it just felt so simple. The cars literally just stuck to the road. There was no real misbehaving. It was just so basic. It felt like I was playing Outrun from the 90s. That's how sort of basic it felt. Graphically, yes, it's very clean. Did it look great? No, not really. Yeah, put it this way, I played that for about half an hour and deinstalled it straight away. My idea was I was going to play it quick, see what it's like. If I thought, oh yeah, this is pretty good, then I would then get my rig out and sit in my rig and play it in my rig and put my VR headset on and play it in cinematic mode. But I didn't even get that far. I thought it was rubbish, to be honest with you. Now, I'm sure there'll be plenty of other people out there that love it and say, no, it's a fantastic game. But I suppose I've set myself a really high bar. You know, playing racing games in VR with a sim rig, there's just no comparison. So when you go back to a flat screen and a controller, my God, no, it's awful, just awful. But these are just my opinions, folks. I didn't bother with the other two games. Hello Neighbor just don't interest me at all, and I can't even remember what was the other one. Let's have a look. You guys will know, I'm sure. But what was it? I'll get here in a minute. Oh, the Witch Queen. Yeah, so I've added that to my library because I've got Destiny 2 anyway, because it's free. I will give that a go just to see what it's about. Again, it'll probably be something I play for about half an hour and go, okay, yeah, and just delete it and leave it in my library. So, but it was nice to be able to play Sifu. I will play a little bit more of it here and there, I expect. But I still got way too many great games to be finishing up in VR. I got so many. Anyway, right now, on to the next little bit of news that I heard yesterday, which just gobsmacked me. And that is Warner Brothers are doubling down on live service games. So after the absolute trash of Suicide killed the Justice League that's just flopped so badly, they've gone, yeah, that was good, that worked well, yeah, so we're going to double down, we want more live service games. It's like, when is this industry going to understand that stop chasing this rainbow with a pot of gold at the end of it? There's only very few live service games that are actually brilliant and actually earn a lot of money. The rest just tank. You know, they just tank. Most people don't like live service games. It makes most people groan. You know, they've also said that the single player games are dead, according to Warner Brothers. It's like, what planet are you on, you greedy scumbags? That's all they care about now, is just the money. They don't give a monkeys now. A lot of these big corporations just pump out absolute puppy poo and think they're going to earn millions and millions and millions from it. You know, it's just ludicrous. When are they going to realise that, especially on PlayStation, you know, they say for the players for PlayStation, I would say that most PlayStation players are predominantly single player game players with a bit of multiplayer. Obviously there's exceptions to those rules, and Xbox has always been more multiplayer. That's just the way it is. You know, when I was heavily into my Xbox, that's when I was heavily into multiplayer. But PlayStation have always been better at single player games. So you can't just say single player games are dead. It's absolute nonsense. That in itself is a ludicrous statement, because there will always be a place for single player games. Always. People like to get lost in great stories. People like games like Uncharted. They like games like The Last of Us. You know, that fantastic. So it's almost like being the hero in a movie. So you're taking part in a very long movie. And they just seem to dismiss that. I know they'd rather that single player games died so that they can just totally focus on live service games, and we're going to get loads and loads and loads of money off everybody because they're going to keep logging in every day and they're going to keep making those microtransactions. No. So honestly, folks, if gaming went that way, where literally single player games died and it was just live service trash, I'd give up gaming. I would honestly give up gaming, or I would just play all my old games and play them every now and again. I'd rather do that than any sort of live service game whatsoever. Anyway, folks, this is just my thoughts. Let me know what you think on all this. Let me know if you've played the free games that have come on PS Plus yesterday and how you got on with them. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and please share it with other people who might be interested in my nonsense content. So until next time, folks, I shall see you guys on the other side. Adios.